What about that for a victory, guys? What about that? 2-0. 2-0 in Seville. What is up, lads? It's CM9 here. So we have beaten Porto in the first leg of the quarterfinals of the Champions League by 2-0. That is now, I believe, play 2, 1-2, scored 6, conceded none in Seville. Can we please make Seville our second home? Now, guys, all jokes aside, the first leg of the Champions League quarterfinals, we've beaten Porto by 2-0. What a way to respond after losing 5-2 against West Bromwich Albion last weekend. This is something we desperately needed because I was hoping, well, I was fearing that after a embarrassing 5-2 defeat against West Brom at home, I honestly thought that we'd lost our heads. But not against Porto, not in the Champions League. And I was hoping that we would come back from a embarrassing loss. And we did. I mean, it wasn't the most attractive 90 minutes. Let's be honest with you. I think the first leg, we just needed to get it out of the way. We got 2 vital away goals as well. So the second leg is... well, it's going to be in Seville again. Well, that's okay, guys, because we've played 2 and we've won 2 and we haven't conceded. So it's fine, right? But no, on a serious note, despite us winning 2-0, the job is not done because we still got the second leg. And, well, it's at the same venue. Plus, I believe that Porto didn't really have their strong team out. They've got like 2 players that didn't play in this game because either they were suspended or injured. So they might be available in the second leg. So despite winning 2-0, if those said players come back for the second leg, Porto might want to come out and they want to show that they can get back into the tie. Let's hope that doesn't happen though. So who played in this game? Now, like I said, it's been a while since I've done these videos, so you're just going to have to bear with me in the fact that, you know, it's a little bit shaky. My talking might not be great, but we'll see how we get on. So, Edouard Mendy started in goal. We had a back 3 of Azpilicueta, Andres Christensen, who continues to churn out clean sheets left, right, and centre, and we also had Antonio Rudiger as well, who also had a pretty good game. So yeah, 3-4-2-1, which was our formation. We also had a midfield of Reece James on the right, Jorginho, Kovacic, and Ben Chilwell. And then the front 3, we had a false 9 in Kai Havertz, and the 2 men behind Kai Havertz was Mason Mount, who was excellent. The guy's a god, and Timo Werner, who was quite the opposite. Because I honestly thought Timo Werner and Kai Havertz, despite winning the game, were both poor in the first half. I think the first half was not very good. It was a pretty boring first half, up until the point where Mason Mount scored. It was a fantastic taken goal, by the way. He received the ball, turned on the defender, got into space, ran at the goalkeeper, and then just pile-drived it low and hard into the bottom corner. It was absolutely magnificent. The guy is turning into an absolute star. I mean, he's been doing really, really good stuff for England as well. The kid is definitely going places, especially when he's continuing his development under Thomas Tuchel. You know, it all started under Frank Lampard. You know, Frank Lampard took Mason Mount under his wing, not just at Chelsea, but at Derby County. And, well, Mason Mount, despite Lampard's dismissal, has only just gotten better under Thomas Tuchel. So, you know, I mean, he's gonna really develop into a player now. And I think he's definitely carrying the team at the moment because the players around him, especially guys like Timo Werner and Kai Havertz, who I really, really, really want to see improve as players, they're just not doing enough. They're just they're quiet. You know, with Timo Werner I don't want to say he's out of form. I really want him to start getting better. But he was poor, Timo Werner, and so was Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz, again, both players that really should have done better in this game were not very good. But they were substituted in the second half by Olivier Giroud and Christian Pulisic. And then later on, we also made other substitutions. So I think Reece James came off for Thiago Silva and Kovacic came off for N'Golo Kante? I think it was N'Golo Kante. Also, Emerson came on later on, but yeah. Now, the second goal that we scored was a mistake made by one of the Porto defenders. Ben Chilwell picked up on it, made this run into the box, got round the goalkeeper, and then just passed it into an empty net and made it 2-0. So that's 2 vital away goals away from home. Technically, it's not away from home because both legs are going to be played in the same venue in Seville. So we were just registered as the away team in this game, but in the next leg, the second leg, we're going to be registered as the home team. So we're going to have to prevent Porto from scoring away goals. All in the same venue, by the way. But yeah, this is huge. This is absolutely huge. I mean, this is a big response after losing against West Brom, and I was really afraid that after a very heavy defeat like that, we would have dropped our heads and Thomas Tuchel would have probably lost the dressing room. Because if you remember beforehand, there was a bust-up between Rudiger and Kepa during a training session. So I honestly started thinking to myself, well, has he lost the dressing room already? And well, Rudiger did play in this game and he was fantastic, and so was Christensen. They were all so solid. Reece James also had a magnificent game defensively. In fact, the entire backline was fantastic. You know, we Porto, for a majority of that first half, had control of the game in terms of attack because they had more chances on goal. We were just sitting back and defending. And even though Porto had a majority of that possession, a majority of those chances, defensively, we were great. Reece James did his job, and so did Azpilicueta. Christensen, what can I say about Christensen? He just churns out clean sheets left, right, and centre. And Rudiger as well. Sorry, if I keep looking down here, I've got my phone here. It just keeps switching off because I need to keep the lineup visible here. But the entire back four just did their job defensively. We just shut Porto out completely. There was no problem. It's just sometimes our attack, it's once again, if you remember some of our games previously, I mean, we've been doing fantastic in terms of results under Thomas Tuchel, but that doesn't mean to say that our attack has been fruitful. I mean, we've not been able to do anything going on the attack. You know, it's been very frustrating to watch Chelsea have the ball, think about when to cross it, and, you know, are we going to cross it? And then suddenly we just start playing it back because we can't find a way through. And it's frustrating to watch that. So that is something that Thomas Tuchel really needs to improve in that area. But defensively, we're great. Like, Thomas Tuchel, you know, after being 1-0 up, and well, we were leading 1-0, I believe, and I think, you know, that's what Thomas Tuchel wanted to go into the second leg with. So he brought off Reece James and brought on Thiago Silva. So, you know, just shot really. So we had like, I think we had 4 centre backs to finish that game. And again, you know, we just shut Porto out. It was fantastic defensively. It's just up front that needs massive improvement. I mean, we can't keep relying on Mason Mount to carry the team. We can't keep relying on our fullbacks to get the goals. I must admit, the result was fantastic. I'm not going to say the result was, you know, you look at the result 2-0, you can't go wrong with that. You know, 2-0 going into the second leg, 2 away goals, brilliant, absolutely fantastic. But I'm just worried about our front line. I'm worried about Kai Havertz. I'm worried about Timo Werner. I'm worried about these guys because, you know, these guys are very talented. We paid a lot of money to sign these guys. But if they're not going to do the business up front, if they're not going to show any fruitfulness up front, then that's a worrying sign. I mean, Timo Werner's come out and said, you know, I want to stay at Chelsea and prove that I deserve a place in this team. And I've got absolute merits to Timo Werner for coming out and saying that. And the same can be said for Kai Havertz. I really hope that these guys can get a second year at Chelsea under their belts, and I hope they really show us, you know, how good they really are. But, you know, it's a bit silly to just judge them after one season of not doing very well in these games. But, you know, I'm hoping that, I mean, we did get a few chances in the second half, by the way. You know, Timo Werner had a header wide after a great cross in by Mason Mount. And then there was that chance from Kai Havertz that he completely missed. I mean, it was offside, but I think it was a shot from Rudiger the goalkeeper kind of fumbled it, and then I think it was Timo Werner that crossed it into Kai Havertz, but then Kai Havertz completely fluffed it from about 2 yards. And I was thinking, yeah, it was offside. It was offside, but how on earth are you missing that, Kai Havertz? You really need to be finishing that. I mean, yeah, he's not a striker, he's a false 9 going into this game, but if you're in on goal and you've got a gaping goal, you've got to put the ball in the net. You can't just completely miss that chance. But hey, 2-0, fantastic result, and we're going into the second leg with a massive advantage. But like I said at the beginning of the video, Porto are going to have their best players back. Now, I can't remember, I think one of them is Oliveira. Now, if he starts for Porto going into the second leg and he dictates the game for Porto, then we need to start worrying. But we are leading 2-0. That's something that we have to remember. We are leading 2-0. We've got a massive advantage. So it's going to be in Seville. Again, it's going to be on the same venue. So, we're unbeaten in 2 games in Seville. Bring it on. Let's make it 3-0 in Seville. Can't argue with that, lads. But yeah, today was a very, very satisfying result. Massive advantage. And let's wrap it up in the second leg. I can't say it's going to be 100% certain, but we are in a good position. Let's hope we can see it through, and let's hope we can get to the semi-finals. Thank you very much for watching this video, guys. Check me out on my gaming channel as well. I'm doing lots of stuff there. So, I put my heart, soul into that channel. So if you're a gamer and you're watching this, you might want to be interested in going over to that channel and seeing what I do over there. And yeah, it's good to be back, guys. I know it's not been a fruitful match review. I'm trying to get back into it gradually, as I mentioned in the last video. Yeah, let's just see how things go. And thank you very much for watching. Until the next video, guys, I shall see you later. Peace.